What's up, y'all? So y'all already know once I'm in this type of setting, giving cozy vibes in a bed, you already know we're about to sip some tea. We're about to just get a little vulnerable, show a little different side of just Keisha than what y'all used to seeing. I feel like it's important for us to have these sit down conversations and like these, just getting to know each other on a different level because y'all are my supporters and I can't just give y'all what y'all see on social media and think that that's it. Like social media only depicts but so much, and not to say that I'm fake for social media, but it's like you only see what I allow you to see. So when I have these sit down videos and I get vulnerable and I tell y'all like the real tea, the real deal about what's going on, I just feel like it helps build a different type of connection with my supporters. So with that being said, if you're new here, I'm just Keisha. I post beauty and lifestyle content. If that's something that you're interested in, definitely stick around, join the family, hit that red subscribe button, and grab you a cup of tea, wine, whatever you drinking, so that we can get right into this life update and, just talk about what's been going on because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. So I don't even know where to start, y'all. Like life been lifing, and I just don't understand why life be lifing with me like this. But it's been lifing. So y'all know I just had a baby. She actually just turned 1, so I technically didn't just have a baby. She literally just turned 1 on February 8th, and so I had went back to work from maternity leave in July, when she was about to turn 6 months, and y'all, I lost my job 2 months after I went back to work from maternity leave. I got fired. Now, I've never been fired from a job before. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of the backstory. Pretty much, I went back to work after maternity leave and I was still going through postpartum. I was still dealing with a lot. But if y'all have watched like a couple of my sit down videos before, y'all know like I've always talked about my job at the time just being somewhere that I just didn't want to be anymore. I felt like the environment was toxic. So before I went on maternity leave, my manager at the time, we started bumping heads a lot. Like I've never, ever, 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 ever had to go to HR to anyone before. And I've had to do that with her multiple times while pregnant, y'all. So I guess it left a nasty taste in her mouth or whatever the case may be. Because when I came back, sis was just not fucking with me. So it was given that type of vibe. Like it was given like the environment was just like a place that I didn't want to be. It was giving, I just wanted to go home every day, calling out for no reason because I just didn't want to be there. Like, and it's not to say that the people that I worked with weren't cool. It was just the environment itself. Like, and if I have to spend 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours of my day at a place where I just feel miserable, it's gonna weigh on your mental. So yeah, so I ended up coming back. I was still going through postpartum, and when I came back, there were some certain changes that had taken place. My role at the time had kind of intertwined with another role that they had gotten rid of. So I was kind of like taking on 2 roles at once. September 11th, this is what caused me to get fired, y'all, apparently. So it was September 11th, and that was technically like the first week of school. I don't know what happened on God's green earth that day. That traffic was so crazy. Traffic was literally the worst that it could have ever been that day. So I got to work super late that day. I had to open and I had to be there at 8 o'clock. And I got there, I want to say I opened the doors at like 8:15. I was in contact with my coworker at the time because she was also running late. And, her Uber was stuck in traffic. So I was, just keeping in communication, doing what I needed to do as a supervisor, like letting everybody know what's going on. And when I got there were a lot of people waiting, maybe like 4 or 5 people waiting. So I got in, I did what was needed to be done. And I told everyone like, just get set up so that we could take these customers and do what we have to do. So I opened the doors, I greeted everybody. I asked them if they needed help. Did they want to sit at my desk? Apologize for any inconvenience. There was one lady in particular who just gave like she didn't want to be bothered. So I really didn't do too much with her because like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna push myself on you if you're giving like you don't really want to be bothered, and then it turns into like you're more upset with me for doing that. So I kind of just I greeted her. She didn't really want to be greeted. I left it alone. So yeah, that same lady left a huge Google complaint on me, y'all. A huge. When I tell you that Google complaint was giving Black Karen down to the T, sis said that there was no reason for me to be so late because the weather was perfect and that no one greeted her, no one apologized. And I kid you not, like I literally walked to everyone individually and apologized and asked them did they need help. It was giving Black Karen, right? And I found out about the review after the fact when my manager pulled me into the office because apparently I had went like to corporate. So what happened that made the situation sticky was the fact that she complained then prompted my manager at the time, I guess, to look into what time I got there and what was going on and who was doing what at what time. And I guess when they looked at the camera or whatever they looked at, they seen that the time that I punched in differed from the time that I disarmed the building. So just to kind of backtrack a little bit, I where I worked, I didn't have like one of those come in and swipe or put your fingerprint to clock in. It was literally you come in, you sign in on a computer, you type in your credentials, and you put the time that you got there. So for me, it was kind of like I didn't do any of that because at the time I was just more concerned on like getting the customers taken care of, doing what needed to be done. So by the time I realized like I never punched in for work, it was when I was punching out to go to lunch, and the system literally notified me like you never even clocked in. So I kind of just eyeballed it according to like my text messages. I asked my coworker at the time, like, around what time did we get here, and I kind of just estimated it, which was wrong. I should have really just known what time I got there, but like I said, it was so much going on. I couldn't pinpoint down to the minute. Like I couldn't pinpoint down to the minute. So I ended up just, estimating the time, and they basically said that I stole time from the company because there was a difference in, I think, 12 minutes from the time that I disarmed the building to what was on my timesheet. And so, yeah, I got fired for 12 minutes and that big ass complaint that the lady made on 9/11. And I just feel like it's just so insensitive of people to just assume that they're just that entitled. Like, obviously, this is not something that happens on a regular. Obviously, this is not something that happens every single day. So if it is happening, just be a human and understand that we're all humans too. But there are humans that don't think like that. There are humans that just really feel that they're just so entitled because this is a business, this is an establishment, and we're supposed to be at a certain standard and we're supposed to do this. Life happens. Life happens, like, and I feel like nobody really has that type of mindset to think that way. And it was unfortunate that because of that, I got terminated. Um, yeah, so that's what happened. That's how I lost my job. I honestly just kind of felt like the way that my colleagues or my superiors at the time moved with me was just kind of very childish, very fake about it. I feel like the rapport that we had with one another, I could have gotten some type of warning, some type of write up, something like that. I was with the company for 5 years. I've always gotten regional recognitions from the higher ups, always been a top performer. So the fact that I didn't even get like a write up or warning, I just got terminated, it was kind of crazy to me. Like I was the person that was putting up signs during COVID for their company. Like, coming outside, I have kids, and I'm coming outside to put signs on the door for your company, and you fire me because I manipulated my timesheet. It was just crazy. And honestly, I can't lie. Like, I feel like God opens doors and he closes doors. And I feel like that was a door that he wanted me to close for such a long time because he knew that I was miserable there. I feel like a lot of times when we are accustomed to a certain job type, or we know that we're good at a certain function, we get complacent and we stay in that position. Like I was really great at what I was doing. I'm not even trying to toot my own horn, but I was great. For a company to just kind of diminish me in a way that, like, to say like I just treat me like I wasn't valuable, it was just a door that needed to be closed. Like literally, I was miserable there. I was not happy there. I didn't feel like they respected me there. I didn't feel like they looked at me like this woman knew that I just had a baby and didn't even care. I found out later on that she was literally plotting on doing that because she didn't like one of the letters that I sent to HR. So she was plotting on finding a way to terminate me. I don't know if I could sue for wrongful termination or whatever the case may be, but if y'all know anything about that, comment it, because child, I just feel like that's so petty. That's so childish. And I just feel like people don't really think with a logic mindset. They think with pettiness. They think with, I'm a superior, I'm upper than you, I have this much power. Girl, please. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like everything happens for a reason. I literally am so blessed to still be able to do the things that I am doing and not be working. I feel like God is basically giving me this time to figure out what it is that I really want to do. One of the major complaints that I had was that I couldn't do content because I was working and the job required me to be there even on the weekend. Started doing research on, like, all of the different brands and how to get monetized on certain things, and it's working in my favor. I'm actually getting sponsorships, I'm actually getting recognized by brands that I didn't think that I would get recognized by. Another issue was when I went back to work, I didn't have like solidified daycare for Journey. I tried to do the application, and they dubbed my application for the stupidest reason. They dubbed my application because my address on my application didn't match what was on my driver's license. And they dubbed it literally like 2 weeks before I went back to work. So it was just like very last minute that I had to ask my father-in-law to help me with Journey, because I didn't expect that. I thought everything was being processed accordingly and stuff like that. So, that was a huge issue for me. And now I get to be at home with my baby. I get to sit at home and teach her, touch her nose, say hi. Journey is one, and she knows how to say night night, uh-oh, oh God, bye, mama, dada. Like, I'm able to be there with my kids. Like, I'm able to be home with my kids when they're home from school and they're on winter breaks and spring breaks. Like, I'm able to do things with my kids. I couldn't do that before. And that was an issue for me as well. Like, so one door closed, yes, but so many other doors have opened for me in different ways. And they have all been in ways that I, once complained that I didn't have. Things that I was complaining that I couldn't do, I can now do, like, And so I just look at it as my glass is not half empty, it's definitely half full, because for everything that happened negative, it kind of like offset in a way, because the things that I wanted to do are now happening. So yeah, I don't want to say fuck that place, but fuck that place. Like, and I still have old coworkers that I talk to that I'm cool with from there. They know who they are. Like, I'm not gonna, put their names out there, but they know who they are. But the rest of them, please. I don't even want to be entertained with that place. I am too good for that place. Like, they don't deserve me. But yeah, child, it was a whole big drama. I found out that later on they were talking about I got fired for a different reason. And yeah, I definitely sent an email telling them to cease their statements, because I will file a lawsuit for defamation of character. Like, how dare y'all try to taint my reputation when I'm not even there to defend myself? I emailed everyone that was involved and then blind copied all the higher ups. Cause don't play with me. Like, I just feel like jobs just be, I can't see myself working for nobody, because jobs just be for themselves. Like, you're literally just a number, just a person. I remember the first time I left that company, they put my position up while I was still working. Like, while I was still working. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling about this company. But yes, so I lost my job in September, and I'm not gonna lie, like, it was sad at first because I just didn't know what was to come of it. I cried literally the moment they fired me. I cried on the way home. I spoke to my father-in-law, I spoke to my dad, I cried while I was on the phone with them. And then my best friend came over and I cried when he came over. And then my husband left work early and he brought me flowers. I cried when he gave me the flowers. So it was a rough, like, first maybe 1 or 2 weeks. But then after that, I just kind of started, giving myself pep talks and letting myself know, like, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to be my end all. That job was not somewhere that I wanted to be anyway. And God has something bigger for me in store. That's all this means. That's all it means. And yeah. So that was like a major life update, a major one. What else is Keisha going through? I'm dealing with my kids. My kids are getting older. For those of you that don't know, I have 3 kids. I have a 12-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a now 1-year-old. My 12-year-old is doing damage to me. She's doing damage to me with the attitude, the boys, the everything that preteens and teenagers go through. I'm dealing with it, and there's no manual for how to deal with stuff like that. And I am such a firm believer of gentle parenting, because I don't want my kids to ever feel like they're afraid to come and talk to me for anything or tell me anything, because I grew up that way. I was very, like, didn't have a good relationship with my mom. So when it comes to my relationship with my kids, I would treasure that. I don't want them to ever feel resentful of me in any way. But gentle parenting is not for the weak. Like, if you're a gentle parenter, please comment in the comment section down below. What do you do when it stops working? What do you do when you can't gentle parent no more? Like, you're getting to that point of just like breaking because your gentle parenting is just not working. Because I feel like I'm at that point where like I just feel like I don't know what to do. Like, you know, and then my son, I'm struggling with him because he's very, very smart when it comes to math, but he's struggling with his reading, and I cannot for the life of me get him off of his iPad. He loves building things. He has like a ton of magnet tiles. So he likes to sit and build things on Minecraft all day long. And it's to the point where when I tell him like it's time to put your iPad down, he'll literally almost cry. If his iPad is dying, his eyes fill with tears. So I'm struggling with that. Like, I try to do the screen time thing, it doesn't work. He's just always so miserable. I try to do like other activities. I try to create a schedule for us, but it's just like I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do, like, when it comes to trying to just, I don't want to take it from him completely, but at the same time, it's like sometimes I feel like I have to, and then he's miserable. And it's like he's mad at me. He's telling me, Mom, this is a bad day because I can't do this. And it's a bad day because you said I can't do that. So there's like so much when it comes to like the kids. And then my youngest, who just turned 1, is acting like she's 21. She's just doing a lot. She's into everything. She touches everything. She has attitude problem already. She throws tantrums. She fights her sleep. Like, it's just everyone has such a different personality, and it's hitting me all at one time. So it can get a little overwhelming. Like, I wouldn't trade my kids for the world, but I just feel like sometimes it gets so overwhelming. I just kind of like want to go into my own bubble. There have been times where I literally just like, I need a moment, and I go into the bathroom and I close the door and I just sit there because I need a moment. Like, it gets like that sometimes. So yeah, that's what's going on with my kids. With my husband, everything is good with us. We are just trying to figure out life as it goes, because the curveball that was thrown. And he's doing such a great job at holding it down. Like, he's doing everything that's necessary for us and making it seem like it's such a seamless process. Like, I can't thank him enough for all of what he's doing. Um, everything is working out in the way that it needs to work out. And I'm not gonna lie and say like it's perfect. It's definitely not perfect. It's definitely not easy. We do hit road bumps, but God carries us over those road bumps all of the time. One thing that this whole situation has taught me too is that I needed to build my relationship with God back. Like, I look at different Bible verses and try to depict what it means, and how I could put it in comparison to what I'm going through in my life. I do want to get one of those devotional journals and really start doing Bible study and stuff. So I've been trying to like just tap into that. He's the one that's been holding us down. Like, nothing would have been possible without him. Like, literally nothing. The last thing that I wanted to touch on was like friendships and like stuff like that. So I am such a loner girl now, y'all. I am to myself. I don't go nowhere. I don't do nothing unless it's like family or to by myself. Like, I don't do anything. And I just feel like I'm tired of the fake friendships. I'm tired of having to cater to everyone's feelings and understanding and not getting that reciprocation back to me, like not having them give that same energy. Like, I'm such a girl's girl. I don't like drama. I don't like beef. I don't like hating on one another. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, and I feel like with everything that I was dealing with or I'm still dealing with, it put into perspective for me that, like, there are so many bigger things to worry about than the little shit. And if you're going to dwell on the little shit and make drama off of little shit, I can't be friends with you. I can't deal with you. Like, I just feel like it's way too much going on in life alone to dwell on stuff. And I just can't. So I had to end a couple of friendships. I had to end a couple of relationships with people that I genuinely cared about because I just felt like everything just revolved around them. Like, I can't deal with that. I don't like when people switch up on me for no reason. If you want to switch up on me, have it be a reason, like a valid reason. There's no valid reason for you to switch up on me. You do, then that just gives like secret animosity. It gives that you're not really like, for me. And another thing that I can't get with really, and this is not subbing, shading, or anything like that. So yeah. But another thing that I don't like when people go to social media with nonsense. You're gonna go to social media and post subs and do whatever. Like, I can't get with that. And I know what they say, if the shoe fits, wear it. You know when the shoe is for you. You know when that shoe is your shoe. You know when somebody is posting something deliberately towards you. So it's not really that statement is, it can be kind of like an oxymoron, because you know when somebody's throwing shade at you. You literally can tell, especially if the vibes is off. And I just can't do that. Like, I don't move like that. I don't like drama. I don't like having to, figure out what's wrong with everybody. And then I feel like everything is always one-sided when it comes to me. Like, I could literally be doing something, and if a person feels a way about something that I do, when I try to express myself, it's just like, no, bitch. Like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Like, I can't do that. Like, I cannot do that. Like, anything that, if I fuck with you and if I'm cool with you and I do something that hurts your feelings, it's never intentional. But if I'm trying to explain, like, where my actions came from, or, what I meant by a certain sentence I said, or, like, hear me out. I can't stand one track minded people. Like, you're just gonna feel how you feel no matter what, and you don't care about the other perspective. You don't care about how the other person was looking at it. You don't try to make sense of things from the outside looking in. Like, you just see it your way, and that's it. I can't deal with that. Like, I can't. So, and one of the things that I had to really do is learn how to just be a loner girl, like, and just know that it's okay if you don't have friends. It's okay if you just want to stay to yourself, because at the end of the day, my peace is my ultimate priority. And once I feel like I'm uncomfortable in a relationship, in a friendship, and anything that is not worth me being uncomfortable in, I'm going to separate myself from it. And I'm so proud of myself, because I'm like literally the one that's always, let's talk, let me apologize first, let me do this, let me do that. Like, I'm always the one that's trying to squash the beef, squash the issue. I am not doing that no more. It's 2024, and at the end of the day, if you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck either. We can wash hands. Yeah, it may hurt, it may suck, but if you're gonna move that way with me, then it clearly shows, like, we're not the type of friend that I thought we were, like, and so I had to do that with a couple people. And yeah, your girl is a loner girl. Like, y'all my only friends. That's so sad. It's not sad though, but like, I need this moment of solidarity. Like, I need this moment of being just to myself, for myself, because I have to do what's necessary for me. And like I said, I feel like God is shifting me into a position that, you know, I have to be uncomfortable in certain situations to be ready for that, whatever he has for me. He's putting me in so many uncomfortable positions, because I just know whatever he has in store for me is great. Like, I know that whatever he's preparing me for is something of a greater good. Every uncomfortable situation has a positive outcome, and every uncomfortable situation that I have been in has had something positive come from it thus far. And so, losing friends and relationships with people that I once cared about, yeah, it happens. But you see people's true colors, and you see them for who they are when you are literally going through your worst moments. How people support you when you are at your lowest, how people look at you when you are at your lowest, how people treat you when you are at your lowest. It says a lot. Right now, this is my season to figure everything out. This is my season to buckle down. I've been getting partnership. I got a partnership with Shea Moisture. Like, what? Shea Moisture. And I didn't even expect that. I have a content manager. Like, what? So these are things that I didn't even expect to happen, and they're happening because I'm locking in. Like, and I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be tough along the way. But as long as I continue to have the mindset that there's a greater good at the end of all of this, I just have to put in the work, because God can bless you, but He's not going to just say, here you go. He's going to make you work for it. And you just have to continue to do his work and do what you have to do. And I feel like as long as I'm doing that, yeah, I'm going to get to where I need to be, whether it be a full-time content creator, whether it be a full-time stay-at-home mom. Like, these are things that I once always said I wanted to do, like, and now I can do it. It's unfortunate how the situation happened, but we don't control what happens in life. And we just have to go with the flow of it, because at the end of the day we have one life to live, and we could either make the best out of every situation or let the worst of the situation just keep us down. And who wants to live like that? Like, you are someone that's dealing with, depression, losing a job, going through relationship issues, friendship drama, juggling how to be a mom, a wife, everything that I'm doing. And maybe you want to be a full-time content creator, maybe you don't, maybe you want to be in corporate America, like succeeding in the best way possible. Don't let anything hold you down. Don't let anything make you feel discouraged, because whatever you're dealing with, any obstacle that you might be facing, whether, despite what it is, there's always going to be a greater good. There's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Um, we don't never know like what the purpose of us going through certain things are. There's so many times I ask God, like, why? Like, what is happening? Like, what is going on right now? And, of course, he don't answer me back, but I just know to just stay positive and just keep thugging it out. You have to thug it out. So, like, don't get discouraged if you're going through something, or if you're feeling like you're just hitting brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. I promise you, there is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. For me to have lost my job in September and it's now February, and I still have gotten denied from jobs left and right. I'm still not working, but yet I'm still here. I'm still pretty. I still have food on the table, clothes on my back, my rent is paid, my phone is paid, my car is paid. Like, everything is good. Like, it's gonna work out. It is going to work out. It can always be worse. So just, just don't be too hard on yourself. Don't dwell on the negatives. Always stay positive. Always stay faithful. Always stay prayed up. Lean on the things that you can control and control them, and the things that you cannot control, leave it in God's hands, or whoever you know you believe in, leave it in their hands. Because at the end of the day, we can only control but so much, and to sit and stress and worry and cry and get depressed and not eat and do all of these things for something that you can't control is just gonna break you down, like down. And nobody wants that. So, yeah, that's my little TED talk for this segment of this story time, or this chit chat. I actually think that I'm gonna wrap it up here, because I feel like I touched bases on a lot of stuff. We've been talking for a minute now. So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here, because I feel like I've been talking y'all's heads off, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the video doesn't look too bad, because like I said, I'm fighting the light right now because it's like smacking me in my face. I have the blinds closed, but it's like, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you made it this far and you have yet to subscribe, I'm looking at you all the way funny, because what are you doing? Please join the family. Make sure y'all drop some comments in the comment section. Drop some words of positivity in the comment section. Chop it up with me on social media. I love when y'all DM me. I love when y'all write me in the comments, because I just feel like we here, we vibing. So yeah, do all of that for me, and I will see you guys in my next video really, really soon. Bye, guys.